Got it. And we are live. Welcome everyone to the PTS Awards Ceremony 2021. Thank you very much to all of you live on Facebook for joining us. And as I hope you can see on the screen now, we'll go around a few people. Absolutely delighted to be here today with a number of Philatelic influencers. We're co-hosting with Graham, Beck at Exploring Stamps. So hello, Graham.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Graham, how are you doing?
Very good, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to it.
Looking very smart.
Thank you.
We also here have our judges for the awards this year. An absolute delight to have 3 new judges compared with 2020. We have James at the Digital Philatelist. Hey, James.
Hey, how are you all?
And what time are we on there, James?
We're 11 p.m. here in Melbourne, Australia.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for making the time very late. Just goes to show this is a truly international event that we're hosting today. We also have Sandie, Robb from StampIT and the ASPS in Scotland. Hi, Sandie.
Hi, great to be here. Honoured to be asked as a judge.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all of your time. I'm sure we'll hear a lot of stuff from you in a bit about the nominations themselves. And then we have our 3rd judge, birthday boy, Jack from the Royal Philatelic Society and the Philately Museum. Hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for your trust. And of course, I'm very honored to be one of the 3 judges. Thank you very much for your trust. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being part of this over the last few weeks and all the time that you've spent going through the nominations. And we also have a few people here who are already waiting to see, our PTS members waiting to see who has won the award today. So we have Sebastian Delkamp. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome.
Hello, nice to see you.
Okay, and we also have another one of the nominees I can see on the screen here. We have Lawrence Fisher as well. Hey, Lawrence. We're on mute, but it's okay. I think we've got a lot of other people live as well. And we're also joined by our new PTS chairman, Simon Carson. Hey, Simon.
Hi, good to see everyone. This is marvellous to be here today, seeing such an international group of people.
And an international group of nominations and an international group of people who've been involved in our new People's Award choice, which we'll come to a little bit later. So let's kick off then. I don't know if Graham, if you want to just start with your sort of views on what you've seen with the awards this year compared with last year, because I know you were also involved last year.
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm always very excited when people celebrate the creators, the innovators, the pioneers within philately that are really promoting this hobby to put it into the future that it so rightfully belongs. So I think all the nominees are fantastic. I was excited to read through the names. And of course, it's very sad that there are actually just 1 or 2 winners, because I think everybody here is a winner, whether you are nominated or even not nominated. If you're part of this community, the Philatelic community, be it online or in the physical, we're all part of that. So it's very exciting to see the nominees. So thank you very much, Suzanne.
Thank you. And we've had a few comments after we closed the nominations this year from people saying, oh, I want to nominate someone, but we had to close the line somewhere. So already we're thinking about the PTS Awards 2022, and we hope again to see lots of exciting nominations. We did actually just recently do a video with the conversation with Philatelist guys, one of the winners from last year, to talk about the awards. And as I think we'll see, there's some very different concepts being celebrated this year. So why don't we kick off then with the first category. So the first category is the Ambassador of the Year category. I'm going to ask the judges to give a little bit of a summary about some of the nominations. So this year, the nominations for the Ambassador of the Year award were, sorry, I'm just trying to find the People's Choice here. So I've got the list. Here we go. So the nominations for the Ambassador of the Year Award, Charles Epting of HR Harmer, yes, member. Sebastian Delcamp, who is here with us just now from Delcamp. Myself from the PTS and from Art Stamped. Tracy Chandler, PTS member from Empire Philatelist. And the fifth nomination in this category was Mark Bloxham from Mark Bloxham Stamp. So before we announce the winner, do we have any observations? Let's start with James on this category and some of the nominations.
There we go, it's better. So yeah, definitely with this category, there's been a lot of innovation. So COVID's obviously connected a digital world with a traditional world. And so there's a lot of people now thinking outside the box and how to integrate those two. So in terms of this category, all the categories were hard for me, it took me forever. But yes, it's a strong category.
Okay, great. And Jack, did you enjoy assessing this category? Did you find it difficult, or was there anybody in particular, any observations of people who stood out in this area?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Yes, it is. I think this category is difficult to judge, because there are a few, wonderful, guys there. You can imagine, of course, including yourself and Charles, and also we got a nice face, Mr. Delcamp here, So yeah, it's difficult, but I still want to say more about, as a chairwoman, PTS, of course, yourself. And for the last few years, I think, of course, definitely, you have, promoted, PTS and the StampIT brand and elevates it to a high level. And of course, reached audience, more audience. And I think you have used your own, business brand to promote the hobby, especially to the non-philatelic friends around the world, and build up the brand of PTS at a large scale, and especially during the pandemic. So I think, yeah, it is very competitive for this category, but only one winner, I think.
Okay, well, we'll announce the winner in a little while. Graham's got the honor of doing that.
All right, okay, all right, thank you.
Before we do that, Sandie, how did you find judging this category and some of the others?
I thought all the nominees have done amazing work. Without giving away anything about the winner, I judged on the basis of how I perceived that they had increased the awareness to the non-philatelic community, because I believe that is what a true ambassador must do. They're actually giving it to awareness to all. And I think that's all I need to say on top of what's been said.
That's fantastic. Thank you much, Sandie. So perhaps, Graham, without further ado, you can announce the winner of this year's Ambassador of the Year award, and also let us know who the runners were in this category.
Absolutely, and this, like everyone is saying, is a tough category to judge. I imagine the competition was strong, but the runners up were Sebastian Delcamp and Charles Epting from HR Harmer. So well done to the runners up. But the winner for this year's Ambassador of the Year goes to you, Suzanne Ray from ArtStamp. Congratulations, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations, Sebastian and Charles as well. I think, I don't know if the judges have any kind of, I think Jack shared some of the views there on why he was voting. Just so everybody knows, the judges all voted independently on the nominations, and then kind of came together and looked at that holistically. So as you'll see a bit later on, some of it was a bit challenging for the judges. But does anyone have any other observations on the Ambassador of the Year award?
Well, I'll just go in to say quickly that, just quickly to say that I'm very excited for you, Suzanne, because you know that you were one of the first people that introduced me to the online philatelic world through your art stamp social media. I was looking around for people online who may have collected stamps, and your account was the first one that really excited me, and I started following you and got the energy to actually create my own Instagram and YouTube and so on. So I think it's well deserved. Congratulations.
Thanks, Graham.
I just want to follow up with that as well. So I've seen the PTS about 5-6 years ago, the old clunky website, and where it's come since then as an organization in terms of transitioning into a modern audience and really going, the world has changed. And I think some of the initiatives that are coming out of StampX at the moment, including the virtual StampX, they've changed how collectors interact with this hobby. So I think it's very well deserved. Suzanne, congratulations.
Thanks, James.
I can only just agree with what has been said, but also add that just as I was saying before about how I judged it, it was on that person who had really made an impact in the non-philatelic community. And with Art Stamped was when I first met Suzanne, before she was chairman of PTS, was with that innovative use of the stamps. And that is what I'm all about. That's what StampIT was all about. So I really felt that Art Stamped had brought in a completely new angle to advertise the collecting of stamps.
Can I just say, Suzanne, it's fabulous, this meeting. And I think this collectively shows how we're all starting to think outside the box and think of trying to bring Philately out to people who've probably not seen stamps before. But it's amazing, all these things I see on social media, all the attempts everyone here is trying to do. It's just brilliant. So let's keep this going. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I agree with all of you. To be honest, I know Suzanne for a few years already before he became the chairwoman of the PTS, and also she joined the Royal. Now she's a fellow of the Royal now. Many congratulations, and I think her business is a very, very, exciting one. And just like Sandie said, it promotes, the brand, the hobby to many non-philatelic friends around the world. That's very important, And I think she has done a brilliant job. As a chairwoman and of course as a boss of her own company, and I'm sure she will do even better as a as a managing director of the PDS, a new job title. And many congratulations, Suzanne. Well done.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a real privilege to win the award this year. Some of it has been my job as chairman, I will say, but as part of my art stamp brand, I'm all about getting stamps on show and into people's lives in new and creative ways. And I've certainly taken the challenge in this difficult pandemic year to seek new ways to get stamps into people's lives who might not see it otherwise. And I just want to say congratulations also to the runners up. It's a great crowd to be in. If we look at what Charles at HR Harmer and Michael Cortese at Noble Spirit, both PTS members, have been doing, with over 80 episodes showcased on YouTube, not just to Philatelist, but to Sandie's point, to people who are maybe not as involved in the hobby, but may decide that they want to be as a result of being such engaging and informative discussions. even ranging for things like crypto stamps and all the cool stuff that's going on at the moment, whether it's in our hobby or not, we can debate that. And also to Sebastian, who's celebrating 20 years in Del Camp. I mean, that's just a phenomenal duration to be involved in the hobby and in the trade, and always promoting collecting across the phenomenal brand that he continues to develop and continues to innovate with. So well done.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Okay, let's move on then to the next category, if that's okay with everybody. Get away from me. And we'll come to the People's Choice Awards at the end. So we have had almost, I think, 3,000 votes cast in the People's Choice Award, which will inform people where that was. In some cases, it's a little bit different. So we'll cover that after we've gone through the judges' areas. So the next category is the Creative Concept of the Year Award. And this was a fascinating category. We had so many in this. We had, I think there was probably about 10 or 12 PTS members who had done something quite exciting this year. Graham, do you have any kind of observations on these guys?
Oh, this is probably one of my I get the most excited around the creative concepts. What are the new things that are coming into the philatelic space that we haven't thought of, or that we can champion and really push the hobby? So no, each of the nominees really stood out on their own right, and I'm very impressed with what they've been able to achieve.
I think the fascinating thing with this category is that whilst in 2020, the PTS Award celebrated a lot of digital innovation with the global pandemic, our members having to really adapt the way in which they ran their business. Whereas in 2021, we've still got some amazing digital concepts, and we've also got some quite creative things around how people are running their businesses, what people are doing with their fairs, and so it's got a nice little mix this year between the digital innovation and what would maybe physical or business practices. So shall we start this time with announcing the runners-up and the winner, and then we can go to the judges and get a bit of insights into that?
Absolutely. So for the runners-up for the Creative Awards, we have the Museum of Philately bringing the Museum of Philately to life at StampIT in their first real stamp show, taking a leap to bring the digital concept to life in the flesh. That was their nomination into it. And as well as the Postal Museum for their virtual tour of an exhibition, a brilliant way to get more people engaged within the hobby. They did a virtual tour of their most recent exhibit celebrating postcards. Congratulations to both of those runners up. And the winner is actually a joint winner for this particular round. Yep, it is Del Camp and Stanley Gibbons. Del Camp created an impressive marketplace for Philatelists. They publish a blog and a YouTube channel. And Stanley Gibbons, the concept of fractional ownership of the famous 1 cent magenta from British Guiana is, of course, a very notable and exciting place, creative concept to explore. So congratulations to both Del Camp and Stanley Gibbons for picking up this creative award.
Fantastic. And we have Sebastian here, and we'll come to you in a second, Sebastian, just to hear your thoughts on that, winning that joint award with Stanley Gibbons. But I'm just seeing a note from Isabel here that actually going into this, judging this category, we had 4 winners at one point, and the judges to go back and have another little think about, could we really rank those? So how did that feel about trying to judge this very, very competitive category? Sandie, do you have,
Yeah, it was incredibly difficult category, especially when we all voted, and then we got Isabel telling us, oh, well, you'll have to do some more voting. And then we actually got a third email saying it was still a possibility of having to do something else. So that just means that I would say that everybody who was nominated for this should feel very proud to be nominated, although there was eventually had to be some winners. I would just like to say that, I mean, from my point of view, that the brilliant idea of concept of the year to allow others to purchase a share in the world's most expensive stamp is a very creative concept. So that certainly fitted. Yeah, I'll pass on to see what the other judges thought.
Jack?
Yeah, I agree with Sandie. You know, this is a very, very difficult, you know, category to judge, because you can imagine there are a few, you know, have the same points, you know. So that's why we have to judge it the second time, you know. And although, you know, difficult, yeah, luckily we have a joint, you know, winners. And okay, first, many congratulations to the runners-up, you know, museum. Philately, although it's almost same as my, you know, Philately museum, but it's not mine, okay. And another one is the Postal Museum, you know, they have done a brilliant job. And many congratulations to my friend and two friends, you know, and Mr. Delcamp and Gringham of Stanley Gibbons. And of course, you know, Mr. Delcamp created a very, very wonderful marketplace for stamp lovers, you know, and maybe not only stamp lovers, I think for everybody, right? And especially during the pandemic period, and in order to promote the philately and the hobby, he worked hard with the PTS team and to support StampX show, and also created some nice videos. Although some of them, to be honest, I don't understand, because she recorded not in English. But I can say, oh, very good, you know, at least I can smile, you know, some nice, you know, videos. And to promote the hobby. Many congratulations to my friend. And Mr. Gringham, Stanley Gibbons, the boss of the Stanley Gibbons. I think there's no doubt, in my opinion, of course, he should win this special award because he created the wonderful, you know, idea, the concept of a fractional ownership of that world famous and most expensive stamp, Guyana, British Guiana 1 cent magenta. And I think, of course, this crazy idea has definitely attracted large audiences around the world, and of course promoted the hobby at a larger scale. And well done, my friend Gringham, both. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. And James, how is this category for you to judge?
This was also difficult because all the nominees actually had some really creative ideas that they've put forward. I think the digital zone that Del Camp did at the last StampX, that excited me when I heard about it. And I think actually moving forward, that's really good. It's an opportunity to bring those online spaces into the real world, but also at the same time, it's educating maybe a certain demographic of the market on how to interact with this technology, where there's a huge collector base that's untapped at the moment. There's huge potential there. So I was very excited, and I think Del Camp deserve the award for that. And then you have Stanley Gibbons, who are trying out beneficial ownership, a collectible space, which is pretty tough at the moment. You do have a lot of collectibles, whether it be art, baseball cards, you know, Marvel figures at the moment, and other things. Trying to enter into that space and bring the stamp world into it. So, you know, they also deserve to be acknowledged.
Thanks, James. Yeah, I just feel like in this category, like I said, we had so many great ideas, and the runners-up, you know, the Postal Museum, related to the ambassador topic we were talking about before. I mean, how great to have non-philatelists visiting a world-class exhibition or museum in London and being able to get exposure to our hobby. Likewise, accessibility. on Delcamp accessibility to our hobby through a crazy concept, to use Jack's word, of the fractionalization of the magenta, and the Museum of Philately with their Adventures in Philately series of webinars that they're running with Stamp Collecting Magazine. It's just, again, about getting more of our great hobby out there. So Sebastian, do you want to, how does it feel to win this award of the Creative Concept of the Year?
Quite well, I would say. Actually, Jack will understand why I make so few videos in English. I will try to be as clear as possible. I'm very happy to be awarded with Stanley Gibbons. Their creative concept is wonderful as well. This award is for the Delcamp team as well. So, you know, we have a blog, we have a magazine, we make as many things as possible to be creative, and this pandemic time brought to us many new ideas. We worked with you, the PTS, to make things for the digital StampX, for the virtual edition, the digital world we made together recently. So yeah, I would say that I am very, 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 very happy and thankful to all. So thank you so much. It's a great pleasure for us, great honor. And I am very, very happy I connected myself today.
We're happy too.
Yes. So thank you so much.
Thank you for being here as well. We don't have Stanley Gibbons here, but I'm sure if anyone's watching and wants to learn more about why Stanley Gibbons jointly won this award, they can find out more on stanleygibbons.com. And likewise, to check out Delcamp online and on the StampX International website. We still have some information about the Delcamp digital zone on there, where as Sebastian alluded to, we have information there about the Delcamp team, blogs, and other exciting things that are happening in the digital space. So congratulations, guys. Let's move on to the next category. It's the Legacy Champion of the Year Award. This is really about people who are doing things which are not just for the here and now, but are things that are going to last for many years to come, and encouraging, again, more people to stay connected with the hobby. So again, some fantastic nominations in this space, and this category is open to non-PTS members. So we have got some PTS members in there as well who've been nominated, but we have had some non-PTS members. So I think, Graham, do you want to do the runners up in this one?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And this is an exciting one because for me, I just seeing more and more growth in this space, people sharing their ideas, sharing their knowledge on various platforms, whatever that is. And it's just only helping the hobby to grow. So the runners up for this is Legacy Champion of the Year. We have Lawrence Fisher. Congratulations, Lawrence, who of course has a blog and a YouTube channel, is continuing to share his knowledge and passion for the hobby. And then also the runner-up is Philately, John from Philately. Congratulations to John. I've been following John intensely on Twitter because he has been just extremely energetic, and he has promoted the hobby wonderfully there, as well as on TikTok, but he's got his Patreon and Etsy. It's just absolutely, you must follow John. So congratulations to both of those runners up.
Thanks, Graham. I know we've got Lawrence here. I don't know if Lawrence, you can comment on winning the runner-up award this year and the Legacy Champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, we can hear you, Lawrence.
Thank you very much, guys. It's a great pleasure to be here. It's actually very nice also to see friends I've only been in contact with on Twitter, and nice to see people's faces for a change.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Happy birthday to Jack, and well done, Sebastian.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you for everything, guys.
Thanks for being here as well. And in the case of the winner of this category, Legacy Champion of the World, I'm going to present this because the winner is Mr. Graham Beck of Exploring Stamps. So congratulations.
Well deserved, well deserved.
Thank you very much. I mean, I'm honored to win this. It's absolute pleasure. So thank you, everyone, the judges and who have nominated me, and of course the Philatelic Trader Society for doing this. I think you are definitely leading the way in connecting with the online community and promoting the hobby through that. So thank you. I do want to just acknowledge the fact that the runners-up and the nominees are really fantastic themselves. Like I said, Lawrence and John from Philately. And I think there needs to be a lot more nominees. So I'm excited for next year so I can nominate a number of other people that need to be here and up for this award, because like I said, it's a growing area. I'm seeing more YouTube channels. I'm seeing more content, blogs and podcasts and so on. So I think it's only going to get more exciting in the following years.
Fantastic. Thanks, Graham. So just to go to the judges then, to make to just celebrate Graham a little bit more. James, you know, what did you vote? Did you score Graham highly in this category?
I may have. Look, I've known exploring stamps and Graham for a while now, back to my Rhodesian Study Circle days. But I think where he deserves this award is that now we're starting to see people exhibit their stamps through social media because of what Graham has done in the preceding years. So the amount of work there has now starting to blossom in the normal part of social media. So well deserved, huge shift for Philately, the work that he's done. So he definitely does deserve it. I do want to also just quickly shout out as well, Philately is another one that is pioneering, and that'll be an interesting person to watch because he is getting into markets that are not traditional. So you're looking at Patreon subscription services and Etsy as well. And also with Lawrence is starting to become the typical modern stamp collector, in which they do have now blogs. They'll have their YouTube channel, they'll have their Instagram account, and it's all working together. And that's how they're exhibiting their collection. So it's a very tough category, but I think everyone that has been either a runner-up or Graham totally deserves it.
Thanks, James. And Jack?
Yeah, first, many congratulations to Lawrence and John first, because, you know, they have done a very, very brilliant job and to promote the hobby, especially during the pandemic period. And I know John for some time, although we haven't met even today. He doesn't like to show us his lovely face, I think. And well done, my friend Graham, you know. And I think Graham definitely should win this special award because you can imagine he has used his YouTube channel to reach over 1 million people to promote the Philately. And his videos have received a very, very good response from all over the world. And I knew him through his YouTube channel, of course. Now he's of course very famous, how to say, person now in the Philately world now, I think. Of course, he's also my advisor, I think. And especially he visited the last autumn, London 2021 StampIT himself, and recorded a few videos to let people around the world to know more about PTS and the StampIT show. And of course, he largely expands the StampIT brand and the PTS brand. Well done, my friend Graham. You, well deserved this, this award. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. And Sandie, have you watched any of Graham's videos?
Oh, maybe one or two. Yeah, repeating myself again, the nominees have all done excellent work, but to me, I just stuck to judge this one. I stuck to what was actually said, and that was to use one's knowledge and retain it for future generations. I think there really couldn't be anybody better than what Graham's done with his videos. That fits that bill exactly. So it was actually easy to judge this one and to say Graham was the winner.
Thank you so much, Sandie. And I think, you know, Jax said, you know, we all knew Graham on YouTube, but he's now a famous person. You know, when he turns, we see him all over the place in real life. I know that people were asking for his autograph when he visited StampIT a couple of months ago, which was fantastic to see. And I think, James, to your point as well, I mean, Graham is inspiring so many people to take that step and to take their hobby online and to share it with others. And some of that, I'm sure, is also filtering through to people wanting to exhibit face-to-face and at stamp societies, because, you know, you can build that confidence up, because it doesn't need to be, you know, as people might have perceived the hobby in the past. It can be natural, you can be yourself, you can be famous and fun at the same time. And yeah, just that inspiring others and in that legacy, I think, is absolutely well deserved. And just one thing on Philately as well, he's on using TikTok, and John inspired myself and probably Graham to also give TikTok a try. So we're all, by doing some of these creative and different things and trying something a bit different, hopefully we are inspiring others to give it a go as well. So congratulations, Graham.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it. It's an honor.
Okay, well, we'll move on to the final category before we come to the People's Choice Award. The final category is the PTS Contributor of the Year Award. This is for PTS members who are going above and beyond to contribute towards the society itself and to StampIT. And these are people who are not on the PTS Council. So from my perspective, and I'm sure Simon will agree, the PTS Council do some fantastic things and invest a lot of time and experience into making sure the society is running as best as it can and doing all these creative things for the hobby and for the trade. But we had 6 nominations in this category. We had Tracy Chandler at Empire Philatelist doing some great things to promote the hobby outside of council. We also had Sebastian at Delcamp, again nominated for this category, contributing towards the PTS and also StampIT through the partnership with the Digital Zone, which was just so great. Matt Hill at All About Stamps, who again is very supportive of what we do at the PTS and StampIT and always proactively getting involved in some of our activity. Stephen Taylor of Stephen T. Taylor, who is not on council but is active most weeks, giving council ideas and feedback on what we're doing. Likewise, Glenn Stevens of Glenn Stevens and Stamp Boards. And finally, the other nomination in this category was Olivier Stocker at Spink. Again, Spink have been massively supportive of PTS and StampIT over the past few years, but again this year and in continuing sponsorship of the StampIT brand. So those were the nominations. Graham, can I hand over to you to announce the runners-up and the winner, please?
Absolutely, and as you just mentioned, some really big names there, all of which I've either interacted with or been a customer for. So it's really great to see this this particular category being promoted. So the runners-up for this year's PTS Contributor of the Year are Empire Philatelist and Delcamp. Congratulations to both of those runners-up. And the winner for this year's PTS Contributor of the Year goes to Spink for their sponsorship of the StampIT brand and supporting the brand for the next 5 years, being innovative, bold, and professional. And they certainly had a bold presence at StampIT, as I saw in person. It was quite incredible. So congratulations, Spink.
Thanks, Graham. Judges, how did that feel, judging that category, and any observations on our runners-up and winners? Jack?
Okay, thank you very much. First, congratulations to my friend, Mr. Delcamp, again, to win this, this award as runner-up, and also to Spink. And I think, yeah, Spink has done a very great job, Olivia, as the boss of the world famous auction house Spink, worked incredibly hard with PTS team and his own team during the pandemic period in order to deliver the successful PTS StampIT shows. Of course, twice virtually and once physical in the last 2 years. I think Olivia has played a very important role to sponsor PTS and promote both the hobby and PTS brand. Okay, well done, Spink. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jack. I mean, I know this category, it must be quite hard, Sandie, to judge when you sort of is contributing towards society, but you're sitting outside the society. But of course, we as the council didn't want to vote because we wanted it to be fair. So how did that feel voting this category for the contributors of the year?
This was a difficult category, a very difficult category for me to vote. But I suppose my judging on this one was to do with funding is so important. I mean, if you're going to take something forward, you've got to get the funding. And for such a well-known auctioneer to sponsor StampIT and then to further give that support, it just shows, you know, that it believes PTS, it believes in StampIT, and it believes in that professional image going forward. So that was why I made that vote. And that actually ties in with closely running up with Del Campi as well.
Fantastic, thank you. And James?
Yeah, look, you know, Spink's always there in this industry, always supporting, you know, events, or, you know, when I was with the Rhodesian Studies Circle, they supported our magazine, our journal. So they definitely deserve this award for the work that they put back into the hobby. So they just don't take from it, they give back to it. So, and same with Del Camp as well. So, you know, those two getting very hard together. But I do definitely want to give a shout out to Empire because Tracy at the virtual Stampexes always responded to the needs in our chat rooms for people looking for stamps. In the last one, we needed basic stamp packs that were cheap. She got them out there. She's on social media. They're really great work. So definitely also a much deserved runner-up.
Thanks, James.
You.
Yeah, I think this is the thing, is that our members contribute in many different ways, but like you say, some of our members are very active. If we go out to our members, we have our own Facebook group and our own newsletters and things for our members, and we ask, can someone provide some information on this, or does someone want to get involved in this project or write a blog? The likes of Tracy is always one of the first people to come forward and help. And we have a hashtag look for the shield. So if you're ever not sure about where to buy stamps from or sell stamps for to get some valuations, you look for the shield, you'll hit a PTS member. And again, we have some of our PTS members using that hashtag and promoting the PTS shield all the time, which indirectly, of course, helps the society as well as them in their business. So great to see the likes of Tracy doing that so proactively as well. So thank you for that. Okay.
Sorry, Susan. I forgot to mention Tracy's name. Okay, thank you very much, Tracy. Well done.
Thanks, Jack. Okay, so thank you, judges. You can sort of sit back for a minute because we're now going to announce the People's Choice Awards. I'm going to ask Graham just what do you think about the People's Choice Award, Graham? Because we didn't do this last year. We just did judges last year.
This is a great idea. I like the fact that people are contributing outside of the society. Let's see what the general consensus is, what people think. And so, of course, I get quite a lot of anxiety from hearing how the voting was going. Apparently, there's lots of neck and neck ties that were just, I don't know, I would have been refreshing every 2 minutes. So I'm very eager to see what the people think on these categories.
Thanks. Just actually, the judges, did anyone, because you knew the People's Choice was happening at the same time, did that influence your voting in any way? Did you see anyone retweeting or reposting or asking for votes?
I can definitely say I saw it across social media, 100%. Yeah. From forums to Instagram to Twitter, there was a lot of YouTube. Please vote for us. Yeah.
It was quite loud, wasn't it? There was quite a lot of noise in the Philatelic world about this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think, yeah, it was close. I think Isabel and I pretty much were refreshing this every few hours. And when we did see someone post something or do a YouTube, we're like, refresh, how many more people have voted? And sometimes you would see someone put something on Facebook or on Twitter and, you know, the votes would jump 40, 50, and it would change some of the positions. So Isabel, thank you for sending through the cut at 12:11. So this is it. This is as recent as we can get the PTS awards. Those are now the People's Choice Awards. Those are now closed. We'll start off with the Ambassador of the Year award. So we had it's so close. I don't know if you can see, it's so close. But the winner of the People's Choice Award, oh, let me do well, actually, the runners up, we basically had everybody pretty much neck and neck in this. But the winner was quite a clear front runner in this place, and that was Delcamp. So congratulations to Sebastian and the Delcamp team for winning the People's Choice Award for the Ambassador of the Year category. How does that feel?
Give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
I couldn't imagine that, really. I was not here to hear that. So that's wonderful. I'm very happy. You had so many wonderful nominees there. So congratulations to all of them, because already being nominated, I'm a nominee myself and my company was already something very honorific. It was an honor for us. So we could not imagine winning one of the awards. So it was already wonderful. And now the People's Choice Ambassador for the PTS. Wonderful. So just thank you all to all people who have voted. Thank you, PTS. Thank you, everyone there. Thank you, my team. You know, there is nobody here now behind me, but we have 35 people working at Delcamp, and they do a wonderful job as well. So most of the time, you're in contact with them more than with me. So you very well. So they are thankful as well. I know some of them are looking on Facebook today. So good job, guys. Continue this way. And so, yeah, wonderful. Thank you for it's wonderful.
Thank you, Sebastian. I mean, at the end of the day, this is, I know you have such a good team behind you, but this is about that ambassador, and you're so good at putting yourself out there. You know, obviously the people out there with 192 votes making you the People's Choice in that category. So thank you so much. I'll then go on to the Creative Concept of the Year award, where, as we know, we had like 12 nominations in this, and fascinating to see the breadth of votes in this space. You know, we've had votes for everybody, and quite a few votes, you know, 10-15% of the votes spread across a lot of the areas, including Bill Barrell's tour of the country. You know, if stamp shows weren't happening, Bill Barrell was going to take his own stamp show around the country, or the Philatelic Register, which one of our members has initiated again this year. Poster Museum getting some great votes there. Coram Filler for producing their fantastic magazine and catalogues. Stanley Gibbons, again, a lot of votes in this space for the purchase of the 1 cent magenta. All About Stamps have received a lot of public votes for the collaboration with the Museum of Philately. But the winner of the Creative Concept of the Year award and the People's Choice for that is Delcamp for their sponsorship of the Digital Zone at StampIT. So congratulations again, Sebastian. That is fantastic. This just keeps on coming round, this Digital Zone. I mean, I know that, you know, James, you said it before, that it was just such an exciting concept. So congratulations. That's certainly recognized with almost 30% of the People's Choice votes as being an incredible creative concept this year. So thank you, Sebastian, for that. And thank you to everyone who's voting. So I will then move on to the Legacy Champion of the Year People's Vote, where so again, this was so close for the runners-up category. We had John Simper at Philately and Lawrence Fisher, similar to the judges, actually getting really, really well recognized for their contributions in this space. And also James Grimwood Taylor at Cavendish also being recognized for the work that he's doing. But the winner of the People's Choice Award for the Legacy Champion of the Year goes to Graham Beck at Exploring Stamps. So well done, Graham.
Thank you. Again, I feel guilty because there's so many good nominees out there. So wow, thank you people for voting. I really appreciate it. But yes, a lot of credit goes to all of those nominees. John in particular, who I'm very eagerly watching on Twitter, and like you said, on TikTok, he's killing it there. So yeah, congratulations to all of them as well. Thank you.
And that is the judges voting for Graham, and the people voted for Graham with 33% almost of the votes, of all the People's Choice votes for this category going to Graham. So congratulations. And finally, the very last People's Choice Award for the PTS Contributor of the Award. Again, a very close call. The runners-up pretty much joint between Tracy Chandler at Empire, Matt Hill at All About Stamps, and Glenn Stevens at Stamp Boards. But the winner of the PTS Contributor of the Year Award People's Choice goes to Sebastian Delcamp at Delcamp. Congratulations, Sebastian. You pretty much nailed that People's Choice Award across those three categories. There's so much going on. Well done.
I believe we have thousands of friends around the world. Probably the community, yes.
And that's what this is about, isn't it? That's exactly it. We've got a community here on the call with you know, the judges and the team, and we've got a community out there of people who absolutely love our hobby, absolutely love our PTS members, and love all the fantastic things that are going on and have been going on this year. And I'm really excited about what's going to be going on next year. It can only get even bigger and better and crazier out there next year. So thank you very much. That's the end of the official awards. Graham, is there anything you'd like to say before we finish?
Just a big thank you again to the Philatelic Traders Society for hosting these awards. I think that is just outstanding. All of the nominations, all of the judging. Congratulations and thank you, judges, for contributing. This has been fantastic. And I am very much looking forward to the next awards. I already have some nominees in my head that I want to quickly start entering and submitting today. So I'm looking forward to next year. Again, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Isabel, and the PTS team. This has been fantastic.
Thank you, Graham, for co-hosting us, and congratulations once again on your PTS award and your People's Choice Award. Thank you to the judges as well for all of the time you spent with in the judging process, and for being here today and all your fantastic comments. It's just been so great to have you involved, and I'm sure that people out there are just going to recognize, you know, again, the contribution that you guys are making to make sure we can celebrate the very, very best in philately. So thank you. And before I close, I just want to ask Simon, Carson, our PTS chairman, if there's any observations on the PTS awards this year.
I'm absolutely blown away with what I've seen here today. It's absolutely superb. And, you know, I'm thinking about StampX and the actual physical show, and the way that Sebastian put that display together, having Graham walking around and taking videos, bringing it out to the masses, people who are not normally seen at stamp fairs. It's all, this is just absolutely wonderful. And thank you very much for inviting me to this today, and let's just go forward and do more of this. It's just superb. Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. So thank you once again, and thank you to everyone who's been with us on Facebook. This will be recorded, and so thank you to everyone who's watching it afterwards as well. Yeah, what a great sense of community. We should all be very, very proud, and congratulations once again to all of the winners of the PTS Awards 2021.
Bye, guys.